We're in the Endgame now. Woo!
What's up, geeks? It's J-Law.
It's Nate.
It's Kev, and it's time for another episode of where we share our hype levels both before
and after we see the latest and greatest movies.
This week, we're taking a look at the movie to end all movies, Avengers Endgame.
I am so excited to see how Joe and Anthony Russo decide to conclude this story.
The movie's in such capable hands, as we've seen with the Russo brothers' contributions to the franchise. Kevin Feige can do no wrong. Iron Man 2 aside, Thor 2 aside, you know.
I'm not usually a big fan of movies that split themselves up into two parts, although I will say Infinity War felt like its own movie. I hope Endgame does too.
The marketing that Disney and Marvel have done for this film is probably the best.
I gotta say, after watching all those trailers, I have no idea what's going on.
And that's with very little footage from a 3-hour movie.
They've spoiled nothing about the real bulk of the movie that's gonna spoil anything for us.
I mean, I know a lot of our heroes are dead, but I'm excited to see how they find a way to get them back.
I'm a little worried about some of the rumblings going around about what might happen in this movie.
Are there gonna be some crazy timelines, some crazy loopholes, wormholes?
I'm out. If we're talking Ant-Man crawling up Thanos' butt and exploding, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not down for that either. But I think it's safe to say we are gonna see some time pass.
All the crazy...
If they do decide to go down this interdimensional or alternate universe timeline, I'm okay with that.
You know, that sort of stuff? Who knows?
So with those slight apprehensions in mind, I'm going into this movie at a solid 9 on the hype scale.
Right now, going into the movie, I'm at a solid 9.2.
I'm at a solid 10 on the hype scale. I was at a 10 when I left Infinity War.
If you're a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this movie is everything.
10 years in the making, 22 films.
It's all been leading to this.
It ends now.
Doesn't get more exciting.
And as our fallen hero has said,
we're in the Endgame now.
We certainly are, Doctor Strange.
So, we'll see you at the movie.
Some people move on, but not us. Not us.
And we're back.
We just got back from seeing Avengers Endgame.
Oh, that was some ride.
And now, we're gonna share our thoughts.
Boy, do we have some thoughts for you.
You know there's gonna be spoilers.
Super spoilers. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers.
And let me tell you, you do not deserve to have anyone spoil this movie for you. So if you haven't seen it, go see it, come back, and see what we thought.
And if you have seen the movie, don't spoil it for anybody.
That being said, let's get into this.
For me, Marvel is the movies. I'm not a comic guy, so my entire knowledge of this universe is through the movies, and this was the perfect payoff.
It was the perfect balance between too much and just enough.
There was a lot of heart and focus put on giving each character a very special moment to kind of conclude their story.
I kind of liked everything.
At no point in time did I feel like I was watching a 3-hour movie.
Comedy was a huge part of this film, from our characters like Ant-Man.
Ant-Man was my standout sort of lower tier character. He was sort of the us in that movie. He always kind of has been. And I love that he's still geeking out about being around these superheroes.
Thor,
of course, was incredible. You slap a belly on him and he's one of us now with that rockin' dad bod. Couch potato Thor. I really like that.
fantastic use of comedic relief.
I also loved those moments when they were trying to study the Infinity Stones. Where were they? What are their powers? What do they do? You realize that's every fan before going to see Avengers Endgame.
Start to finish, this movie had an incredible sense of what it was and what it was meant to do, and it delivered on all of the promises we've been given for the last few years. I think my issues are more with the ease of certain aspects of the film. Where's Thanos? Bing! Oh, there he is. Tony doesn't want to do it. Bing! I know how to time travel. Thor doesn't want to do it. Bing! We have beer. It was a bit simplistic for certain elements.
If there's one thing that I can pick at, there wasn't enough Groot. He's like the R2-D2 of the Avengers universe. And to see all the other characters get these amazing, fantastic action moments, there really wasn't too much Groot.
I'd probably say the only thing I really didn't like was that the shield was passed to Sam and not Bucky. And I just thought that was a weird choice, and I think it just undermines the character.
What was the point of following Bucky all these years if he was just going to be a background side character crying when Steve dies?
Like, what's gonna happen with Bucky? I guess we'll have to wait for Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show to come out on Disney+.
Oh, so like a buddy cop thing, like the Shield and the hard arm of the law. I guess I could be okay with that.
Realistically, there's nothing I didn't like about this movie. This movie was fantastic.
With so many amazing moments, how can I choose? That opening scene. You know, I really thought at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp that Scott Lang was gonna hear, "Daddy," from upstairs. He was gonna run up the stairs and then just see a puff of dust. But I was like, way too dark. But then they did it with Hawkeye's entire family. Wasted no time. I mean, I would have gone on a bloody rampage myself. Are you kidding me?
I also really liked how they handled Cap and Tony's deaths differently.
To see Tony Stark's story conclude in this film with his inevitable demise, it was actually pretty perfect.
It gave Tony's death a little bit more resonance for him to die the hero and for Cap to sort of retire and get to live his life. The fact that both are leaving the universe in two separate ways gave both moments different feelings of resonance and importance in their own way.
You know, throughout the entire movie, everyone's applauding and cheering at different moments, and I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. But when that hammer flies into Cap's hand, I was like, woo! I was so excited. It was the perfect time to showcase Cap's ability to be worthy enough to hold Thor's hammer. What's next? That's like the $900 million question, which is probably how much money this movie's gonna make this weekend.
Getting to see Sam take on the mantle of Captain America is gonna be awesome.
I guess really the skies are the limit. Maybe more space stuff?
I can't wait to see Thor in Guardians of the Galaxy, or as he calls them, as Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm all ready for a new take on the Fantastic Four and especially the X-Men. A friend of mine suggested that maybe them tinkering with time, the consequence will be the mutant gene. I think that would be a brilliant way to introduce us into the world of mutants and the X-Men.
It's an interesting place for Marvel to be right now, especially kind of letting go of some core characters.
As a fan, this movie has to be seen in a movie theater filled with other fans. Applauding and cheering all at the right moments. The entire theater felt like one unit, one team, one family.
Okay, that's a bit sentimental. The movie isn't perfect from start to finish, but it's so damn close that it's incredible, and again, a testament to what the Russo brothers have brought to this franchise.
Their commitment and their passion for wanting to tell this story. It had fun. It took us on a journey visually and emotionally.
And what it was meant to do was define a series of movies that have forever changed the definition of action movies, comic book movies, superhero movies.
It gave us a really great conclusion to the story and to some of our favorite characters.
Going in, I was at a solid 9. I was a little apprehensive about time travel. They satisfied those worries by not creating the alternate realities and stuff that's DC comic crap that I don't want to get into. And I came out of the movie, boom, a solid 10.
Nothing like this has ever been achieved cinematically, and man, did they nail every single moment. Going into this movie, I was at a 9.2. Coming out of this movie, I'm at a 12!
This movie killed it. It destroyed all of my expectations. I was at a solid 10, I'm at like a 12. I see this movie again and again and again. That's it. I'm blown away. Bravo, Marvel.
So I think it's pretty obvious, this movie lived.
Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Up to the Hype.
Are you sad Tony's gone? Are you sad Cap's gone?
Do you also want to see a 51st Dates parody with Quill and Gamora?
Are you sad Hawkeye was in the movie for so bloody much? When did he become so important?
Are you as excited as I am for As Guardians of the Galaxy?
What do you think is next for the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Are you enjoying our Up to the Hype videos? Let us know in the comments below.
We still got some big movies coming this summer, and we can't wait to see if they live up to the hype.
As always, we are Geekcentric.
And you can be too.
So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up.
Share it with your Endgame friends, and be sure to subscribe.
If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for?
Oh, and that bell too. And we'll see you in the next video.
Get home safe, guys.
Peace.
Love ya. 3,000. That's my favorite line. It's so cute.
Feige, you should just be like taking a stack of money, burning it, and just watching. Yeah, don't worry, I got more coming.
No, this hood's not covering my tears. You're crying. I'm not crying. Okay, that guy was seriously crying behind me though, like weeping buckets.